What up, YouTube? It's Kurt here. Today we're going to take a look at one of my favorite hip-hop albums of all time. We're going to look at Black on Both Sides by Mos Def. Black on Both Sides, it was the debut album by Mos Def. And if you never listened to it, it has a lot of catchy lyrics. The production aspect of each individual track, as far as the backing tracks, there were a range of producers on those. But I can assure you that each one kind of has its own really good hooks to it. I think probably the favorite backing track to the whole thing, it might be Miss Fat Booty. That one has it's really catchy, just with the woman's voice being looped in the background. I feel like that part's really catchy. I think the unique thing that Mos Def brings to the table is his political intelligence. And I'll get more into that later. I'm not gonna. There's 17 tracks in the album, so it's a little bit long, but you'll hear things lyrically from Mos Def. I think that'll be on a conscious level that a lot of other rappers or hip-hop artists won't really bring to the table. I think the best singular song on the album, to me, is Mathematics. So let's look at some of the lyrics on Mathematics. 4 MCs murdered in the last 4 years. I ain't trying to be the fifth one. The millennium is here. Yo, it's 6 million ways to die. From the 7 deadly thrills. 8-year-olds getting found with 9 males. It's 10 p.m. Where your seat's at? What's the deal? He on the hill puffing krill to keep the belly filled. Alright, so not only did he just really play with numbers there with the whole theme of mathematics, I think that's a whole new level of genius there. But he's also talking about themes from, I guess, hip-hop culture in general. But I'm going to get to one of my favorite political messages that he kind of spouts in the song. Got 16 to 32 bars to rock it, but only 15% of profits ever see my pockets. Like 69 billion the last 20 years spent on national defense, but folks still live in fear. Like nearly half of America's largest cities is 1/4 black. That's why they gave Rick Ross all the crack. 16 ounces to a pound, 20 more to keep 5-minute sentence hearing, and you're no longer free. 40% of Americans own a cell phone so they can hear everything that you say when you ain't home. Alright, obviously really powerful political messages in here. I really like the cell phone comment. Like, this album came out in 99, and he was like, oh yeah, the government's gonna track you with this shit. And then, obviously, a few years later, there were documents leaked that I think the CIA, like the federal government, could actually like watch you through like a Samsung TV. I think it was Samsung. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, basically, yeah, the CIA can do all this shit right now. So Mos Def called it. Probably a lot of other people called that too. But yeah, he's talking about national defense. Obviously, yeah, we spend huge there. I'm not going to get too political myself, but I think these are really powerful messages about the prison culture in America. And I am on the boat to where, like, yeah, I do think it's not always an equal playing field for minorities. Like, the prison system kind of is rigged against black people sometimes. I know some people argue against that, but with things like mandatory minimum sentences and things like that, yeah, it kind of does screw over that community. These are my favorite messages from the entire album. So a lot of the other album won't really necessarily commentate on political things. That's just like my favorite thing about the album, is that I think it brings that higher level thinking into the lyricism. So I think other rappers tend to be really good with that. Like I mentioned again, I listen to Madvillain. Sometimes Madvillain gets a little bit political, I would say. But I think he's more geared to personal experiences and sometimes commenting on black culture. And I think Mos Def tries to comment upon black culture and how he's seen as a black man. And he gets more specifically political, especially with songs like this one. And this is one of my favorite. Give Mos Def a listen if you're into hip hop at all. Give Mos Def a listen. Hopefully I'm not like culturally appropriating anything by doing this review. It's just, this is an album I really, really enjoyed, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. As far as other hip-hop albums, like I might do some other hip-hop albums, like obviously, I'll probably, my favorite earliest Far Side, I think Far Side, they might have, the first album they had, that might have been my favorite. So I think I might do some reviews in that arena. But But anyway, let me know. Again, I don't have any one particular taste in music. Again, but things like pop country, not really into. Anything that sounds recycled, not really into. So you won't hear me do a lot of negative reviews about things I just don't listen to. So that's all I got for now, guys. Appreciate it. Peace.